Hello, beloved, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be looking at the messages that the divine wants you to receive in this timeless reading. As usual, it is important to allow your intuition to be available as I'm doing your readings, because your intuition will start elaborating on the messages that you're receiving so that this reading becomes powerful and personal. So what you currently are not seeing at the energies at the bottom of the deck, you are receiving the energies of the Seven of Wands. The divine is saying that for some of you, it is important to stop and to look at some situations because you have been fighting the good fight. And for some of you, you are losing yourself to that fight. And for you, it is important to just stop and start asking yourself those important questions. Is this war worth it? Is this fight worth it? What am I fighting for? Because the divine is saying that for some of you, the reason why it is important to just let things be is because you are showing up, you're really doing all this work, but you just could be driven by your ego instead of just allowing the situation to be. You are wanting to get the results now. You're wanting to prove yourself now. And in doing so, the divine is saying that you are wasting your energy. So the question today for you is that where are you wasting your energy? Where are you showing up, but in a way that is driven by ego rather than just going with the flow and allowing the situation to be what it needs to be? We're going to pop this card to one side and we are going to be getting our oracle cards. As usual, as I'm getting our oracle cards, I always tell you of the lunar rituals, candle magic that we are going to be doing. On the 20th of April, we have a powerful first solar eclipse of the year. Okay, so on this day, we are going to be working with the energies. And when I am working with the solar eclipse, we do not manifest. We do not call in the energies, but rather we understand that this is an opportunity to do some deep cleansing. This is an opportunity to do the shadow work. This is the opportunity to look at anything that we haven't been looking at or we haven't been bringing awareness of. So this is the perfect time to do the cord cutting ceremonies. So on this day, me and my team will be focusing on doing cord cutting ceremonies. We'll be focusing on doing return to sender, banishing bad luck, removing the evil eye, hexes, anything like that, because this is the perfect time for mutating these energies. So if you feel that you're just wanting to remove some blockages, if you feel that maybe you have even toxic, self-sabotaging behaviors, this is the perfect time to cut those cords to those energies that are there. So if you're wanting to be part of this powerful ceremony, go in the description box below, go to my website and purchase your space, and then take your time, write out your intentions, your petition with a pen and paper. Write it as if it's already done. So you're writing that I am seeing myself being peaceful because the cords have been permanently cut from this person, from this situation, for instance, and then you send that petition to me, keeping it short and sweet. You just say you want the cords cut, or it is that you're wanting to remove negative energies, you're wanting to remove bad luck, whatever it is. And then on this day, me and my team are working, collaborating together with other powerful people to really bring up the energies for this ceremony, to really bring the vibration up. And then after we light your candles, we do our prayers. Afterwards, we set the petitions on fire and release this energy out into the ether. Okay, so again, if you're wanting to be part of that powerful ceremony, go in the description box below. So we are going to be looking at the cards on the table. There are no major arcana cards, which is really good. I forgot to say that as well. We are currently working with Mercury going retrograde on the 21st of April. We are already in the shadow period. So right now, it is not the time to be starting new things. It is not the time to be really starting to build on these energies, because again, when Mercury is in retrograde, we don't have all the information. So can you see that the energies that we're working with right now are all pointing at us, looking at the past, seeing what was working, seeing what wasn't working with introspection, so that when it is time to go and look into the future, we have done the cleansing, we have done the wiping off the slate, so that when it is time to do the planting, we are working with a clean slate. Why is this important? Because for you, you have the energies of the Three of Wands, you have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords was in reverse I don't really focus on reversed cards because I feel that there are enough cards in the deck to give me the energies if there's something that is wanting to come up. So for you, like I'm saying, there is an expansion type of energy that is here. I want you to pay close attention to this card that is here. Can you see that we have our castle that is there back in the distance? I like the fact that it is in black. So the divine is saying that for some of you, you are leaving situations behind. You're taking your power. You're calling your power back because you're feeling inspired. You're feeling excited about building something new. You're going places. These are the energies of the Three of Wands. Remember, we're talking about cord cutting ceremonies. Remember, we're talking about removing negative energies, banishing bad luck. So for you, there is a journey that is going to be happening. So whether you are doing the cleansing by yourself, whether you're working with me, the divine is saying that there is an understanding that you really need to have to understand how to balance and work with the energies when it is time to start climbing this ladder. Once Mercury has gone direct, this is the time when you have the clarity. Okay, this is the time when you know how to take action in an empowered way. Remember, we're wiping the slate clean. So you're wiping these energies that are there and you're starting to work with a clean slate. You almost feel like the winds are behind your sails. The winds are pushing you forward. So the divine is saying that there's a lot of growth that is going to be coming forward. But remember, the opening message was saying to you that right now, it is important to look at these energies of the Seven of Wands and to see where you're wasting your time. Again, remember, we are now actively looking at the past so that we can do something about this energy that is here. Because the divine is saying that there is just a waste of energy that is around you right now. There are some challenges that are there, and for you, it is time to put the hammer down. It is time for you not to be taking action, but rather putting everything down, resting, starting to look backwards and asking the questions, what am I fighting for? What am I doing here? And in asking the questions, you start to gain the clarity that you need. And then when Mercury has gone forward, this is you now taking the action forward. So can you see there's an energy of almost being stuck in this situation. You're fighting, you're putting up the energy, you're showing up, you're doing everything that you can, but you are still here. Nothing is moving, nothing is changing. But the divine is saying that there is a better way. So this is why the divine was saying to you, it is important to put the hammer down. It is important to put the ego down. Ego is not a bad thing, but ego is having that wisdom, is having that divine knowledge of working with the ego at its highest polarity and understanding when ego is getting in the way, when pride is getting in the way, and then coming forward and balancing these energies. So remember, you got the energies of the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I like this. Why? Because this is balance. We've already spoke about balance, but now you're working with the divine feminine energy and you're working with the divine masculine energy. So now you are in a state of balance. You are knowing when to use that divine masculine energy to take action. And you're knowing when to use the divine feminine energy to be nurturing, to be going with the flow. So there's time to take action, there's time to fight, there's time to bring that energy of authority. And there's also a time of nurturing, there's also a time of healing. So the divine is saying that these energies are important to be balanced. It is important for you to understand how to work with both of these energies so that you know when it is time to fly, when it is time to take action, and also when it is time to be still, when it is time to be connecting with your intuition. So these two energies are going to be important for you. The swords are all about information. We've already spoken about Mercury being in retrograde. So the god of communication, the god of information is currently not available. He is not in office. So this is why the divine is saying to you, there is just some information that could not be available to you right now because Mercury is in retrograde. We wait for the god of communication to come back into office so that we can ask for more information, for more clarity, so that we can have that mental clarity when we're making important decisions. I hope that this reading is making sense because the divine is really wanting you to understand that there's a sense of waiting. There's a sense of taking time. There's a sense of understanding the two. For you, there could just be an element where you're just showing up, you're hammering, you're hustling, you're going forward, but you are hitting a block. You are not getting anywhere, and you show up even with more power, with more determination, but the blockage is still there. And so this is the divine saying to you, put the hammer down, stop taking action, put everything down for a moment, and start looking back, asking the questions, why am I doing the things I'm doing right now? Why am I taking the action that I'm taking right now? Am I being driven by pride? Is it my ego which is driving me forward? Which one is it? And there's not a sense of judgment, but it's in a sense of understanding the actions that you need to take once it is the right time to start climbing that ladder. Okay, because for some of you, like I said, there just could be a situation where you're fighting for something, and the divine is saying that again, this is not the time to be fighting for anything. But there's almost like a feeling, like a calling that is here, where the divine is saying that you could just be getting stuck in a lot of fighting, in a lot of that feeling of, I want justice, right? And so the divine saying to you, stop fighting for justice. Put your hammer down. Because when karma and justice, it's time for them to take action, they will know, because karma justice works with divine timing. But for some of you, you could be working with pride because your pride got hurt. And so you could be working with your pride, you could be defending yourself, and the divine is saying that why? Divine timing will come at the right time. Stop wasting your energy, stop wasting your time, but rather go forward in peace and allow the situation to be what it is. Okay, so it is time for you to start seeing through where you could be deceiving yourself, where you could be lying to yourself and wasting a lot of time and energy in doing so. For some of you, there just could be an energy of things not going in the right direction. So you are turning around and you are looking at the past so that you can start seeing through the deception, so that you can start seeing through the lies. Because by looking at the past, life is going to be making sense. A lot of revelations are going to be revealed to you. So the divine is saying it is again time for looking at the past and making sense of the past so that you can finally liberate yourself, so that you can start going forward in peace, so that you can do that cord cutting ceremony. I like that there's a cord that is here, cutting the cords to whatever it is that keep on tripping you up over and over again. The divine is saying to you again, divine timing will come and deal with situations for you. It is time for you to go forward in peace, okay? Because the divine is saying that the whole purpose of this reading is to help you with understanding, inspiring you, giving you some clarity so that you can start seeing that the divine is working for you. The divine is giving you information that is helping you, that is assisting you through you taking action when it is time to take action, through you understanding that sometimes there are some things that are not worth fighting for, and instead for you to put the hammer down so that you can rest. Then when it is time for you to start climbing the ladder, going places, you have all the energy that you need, because these are the wands, and the 7 of wands is also about fire, about passion, about drive. So you could just be burning your energy, your fire, for no particular reason. You could be feeling burnt out, exhausted, and the divine is saying that if you're feeling like that, then look at things that are just there that you're fighting for, putting energy into, and they're giving you nothing in return. So this is an auspicious sign that you saw this reading. When it is the right time to be making your wishes known to the divine, make those wishes known to the divine. But right now, remember, we're working with these energies and we are doing the cleansing. We're doing the cord cutting ceremony. We are doing that spiritual deep cleanse. So if you're understanding and you've got this far in this reading, comment 1111. so that I can see that you watch this reading all the way to the end, because you are now really serious about making progress, about gaining some traction through the efforts that you're making, instead of wasting your energy and your time. And there is no resolution that is going to come quickly in a situation that you're really showing up and hoping that things are going to change. And the divine is saying to you that things are not going to change, because here you're wasting your time when you could be planting the seeds somewhere else of victory, of success. So beloved, this is the message that the divine wanted to give to you. So don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And again, if you're wanting to be part of the solar eclipse ceremony, candle magic, go in the description box below, reserve your space, and then I'll be happy to work with you on the 20th of April. So it is a goodbye from me.